Our message from Spirit for Friday, May 9th has to do with spirit guides. That is a term you'll never ever hear me use, except in this instance. Now, we all have guides that are spirit, but it's like every day I have to combat the unhealthy spiritual bypassing woo of the spiritual world. I'll give you an example. If you don't know what spiritual bypassing it is, it's leaning into the ideas of spirit or spiritual ideas to avoid accountability, to avoid processing your own stuff. It borderline, has to do with toxic positivity, but I'll give you an example, and here's the reason why I don't use the terms spirit guide. So a while back, my husband and I, we have a store here, and a woman comes in with her daughter, and the woman was freaking out because her daughter was moving to Arizona, and the daughter, was very happy and very driven going to Arizona. And the mom was like, my spirit guides are telling me that she shouldn't go. And I was like, woman, that's not your spirit guides, that's your anxiety. How can you tell the difference between your anxiety, your intuition, and spiritual messages? Well, most often your anxiety is going to have to do with fear responses. Now, Sunday, May 25th, we're having what we call a goblin market here with about 40 vendors, music, food, all sorts of wonderful things, readers, tarot readers, mediums, all of that. I am releasing my new book. I am selling my bubble pottery for the first time ever. This is what I'm going to be selling at my booth. Now, here's the funny thing. Today I went to the studio school here in town, and I was trimming basically the pottery, which means, you take off the rough edges, you make it nice and smooth. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about the group reading that I have tonight. So tonight I'm going down to Lincoln, New Hampshire to one of the condos, and I'm going to be hosting a private group reading for a group of people down there. And the entire time I'm spinning, I'm like getting this message that I better bring this piece of pottery. I have this one yellow and a red piece of pottery left. I really want to bring it to the goblin market. I really want to have all sorts of this stuff at the goblin market. And I've got a pretty good stockpile built up, and I have some, that I'm making and all of that. And I can always make more. And I'm getting this message, bring this piece. Bring this piece, bring this yellow and red piece, because there's going to be somebody there that works in public education. She might have a connection to a potter. I just have to bring this piece, and I can't deny that. Now, here I am not wanting to bring the piece because I want to save it for the goblin market. I want to have a big shelf full of pottery, but I have to honor that message because it will not leave me alone. So I can't wait to bring this and give this away to somebody who is selfless, because that's who, this is somebody who's doing the work of angels, and I really have to bring this to that person, and excited to do it. But then, the other part of me is like, wow, I can't believe I have to do it. But my guides in spirit are telling me you better do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So all my love to you. Thank you for being here. Listen to your guides in spirit, listen to your spirit allies, and make sure that you're doing your damnedest not to let it be a fear response. So all my love to you out in this weird, strange world. To learn more about me, find me online at joshsimons.com.